golfing after. I'm sitting here on my ass to deliver this masterclass for you guys so you guys can hopefully make more money. And if you're not going to make more money, at least entertain you for the next 57 minutes while we're here together. Okay? So, I guess without any further ado, I will present to you, what's my Instagram? Stefan XXII. And Stefan is spelled the way you see it written on the screen here. Without any further ado, I guess I will start and share my screen, and we will I'll present with you guys what I've been working on for the past little bit, which is this. Okay? So, if I could move this out of the way, today I'm going to share with you the exact framework that I've used to help 617 agents understand their first client in 13 days on average. Okay? Without sending thousands of DMs or making 100 cold calls or ever feeling like you don't know what the fuck to do. Okay? We're going to make sure that signing your first client is as easy as fucking peeling a banana. Why did I say peeling a banana? There's a banana over there. And bananas are pretty easy to peel. Ask monkeys. They're not the most intelligent human beings or animals, but they can peel a banana. Okay? So, let me put my fucking nerdy glasses on. Everyone says that. I've never heard anyone say that. We digress. And let's get into this quick little presentation for you guys. And yes, this will be recorded, but no one else, nobody will get the bonuses I'm going to give you guys at the end. Ready? Someone wants to join this call. Of course. All right, back we go. Alrighty. If I could click the next button, that would be amazing. Here's my promise for today. I will help you land your first agency client. Nothing else. That's all we're going to talk about. Nothing else. Granted, if you already have your first, I'll help you sign your next client, make it so you can sign even more. Okay? And to be clear, this works for all agencies, all sizes, all ages, all races, not all genders. Why do I say that? I've never helped a woman do this. Sorry. Okay? Here's the deal. If you don't already know my story, in 2021, I was in university working 9 to 5. I started dropshipping businesses. I failed. I joined Agency Mastermind. And in 2022, I scaled my first content marketing agency to 10K per month. Dropped out of uni, quit my 9 to 5, started a new value first agency, scaled to 21K a month, co-founded a software company. That didn't last very long. Became the COO of RC, helped hundreds of people start agencies. Started a consulting company, now travel the world, wake up when I want, and work when I want. Evidently, by the fact you see me working on a Saturday, if you want to call this work. Okay? Or last night at 10 p.m. When everyone else is out partying on a Friday night, I'm working at 10 p.m. because what better to do than work? And just to give you a little, proof that, what I say is true, here's a few screenshots of some people who have made a bit of money using the things I'm about to teach you. And some more, and some more, and some more, and some more, and some more. Holy fuck. Okay, I think you get the point. If all of these guys can do it, okay? And you can go look through and zoom in and pause and look at some of the people's faces and see where they're from, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if these guys can do it, so can you. And I know you're thinking, oh, I'm a special snowflake though because of... No, you're not. That's what every single one of these people thought as well. Oh, I'm special. You're not special. Sorry. Okay? So if these guys can do it, so can you. And a man with an experience is never at the mercy of a man with an opinion. And everything I'm about to share with you today is experience. From things I've actually done, not from some opinion I've formulated based off watching YouTube videos. It's from things I've actually done in the real world. Okay? So let's zoom out for a second. Everybody, I want you to raise your hand if you want to sign more clients. I'm going to come back to the screen. Raise your hand. Everybody, let's see. Raise your hand if you want to sign more clients. Okay. Theo doesn't want more clients. Israel doesn't want more clients. And Will doesn't want more clients. Okay, Will does want more clients. Aha. Okay. So it seems like everybody wants more clients. Okay, good. Because if you didn't, we would have a really, really short presentation today. So firstly, rather than showing you how to gain more clients, let's take the reverse approach. Let's ask ourselves, how can we guarantee that we never, ever, ever get more clients? You may brainstorm, you may have some ideas in your head, but keep that thought in your head for a second. How can we guarantee that we never get more clients? Well, the answer is tell no one about our stuff. Because if no one knows that we exist, we make no money. And if we make no money, well, we don't have a business. Okay? So this seems very simple, yet some of you still do this to this day. You don't tell anybody about your stuff. No one knows you exist, okay? Which is a problem. So fundamentally, telling people about your stuff is advertising. And to make a business grow, or to heck to even start a business, you have to advertise your stuff. Because if you don't advertise your stuff, nobody will buy. If nobody will buy, you do not have a business. Okay? So if you can solve the problem of getting clients, you have endless chances to get it right. Because if you can just keep trying to get new clients, you can never ever fail. Because you have endless chances at that if you can just learn how to get clients. So here's what we'll cover in this training. How to send your first client. That's it. I'm not going to veer off into anything else. There are subcomponents to this, but that is what we're fundamentally going to cover, is how to sign your first client and everything that's oriented around that. Okay? Offers, niches, scripts, etc. You'll be getting access to all of that, including how to optimize your calendar. Okay. And a side note, real quick, if you think you're too smart or know it all, you're probably right. Okay? So keep doing what you've been doing. It works very well. So turn off the lights, grab your snacks, lock your door, and let's dive the fuck in. First things first, let's break some beliefs. It's one of the biggest reasons why people don't make any money is because of their own beliefs holding them back. Okay, so let's break a few beliefs. Belief number one, I feel like I'm bugging people. No, nobody knows that you even exist. You can't bug someone if you don't know that you exist. Advertise more. But I need to build my product first. No, you can build a good product. You can't build a good product without customers. Websites, logos, emails, LLCs, and all that bullshit are just mental masturbation and steering you away from doing the thing you should be doing. But getting clients is hard. No, you have what they need. Money will make me rich. No, experience will make you rich. I'm special. You're not. I'm not good enough. You're right. Quit now. I don't know how to get clients. You will after this training. And I need more info and clarity. No, you need action. Action brings clarity. Last one. It's complicated. No, it's simple, just not easy. Okay? So here's the first client mindset. Your mindset is your biggest superpower, yet it is also your biggest enemy. Learn to control it and you will become unstoppable. Every problem starts from within. The first client mindset is simple. My goal is to sign clients, nothing else. Anything that does not directly relate to more clients will not be entertained. This includes websites, logos, names, domains, taxes, HR, product research, and more. If the activity is not a client generator, we do not do it, period. And the next slide will contain a list of CGAs, which is client generating activities, which is the thing we need to do in order to have a real business and sign clients. So here are your CGAs. 1, talk to potential prospects. 2, let people know you exist. They're basically the same. If it's not this, we don't do it. Simple. It's that simple. If you want your first client, this is how you do it. As a matter of fact, disclaimer, if you want to learn how to scale to even 10 to 20, 30K a month, if you ask some of the big guys who've made billion-dollar companies, they would say until you make your first million, it's all just getting clients. Because until you have clients, you don't have anything else. You don't have data, you don't have feedback, you have nothing. Okay? So I've just gone through my own agency, 6 figures, helping 617 plus agency owners do the same. Here's the copy and paste blueprint, which is this. Okay? Now, real quick, before I dive into this, there's one more thing I want to share about the mindset thing, which is if you guys have ever watched the show Suits, have any of you guys here watched that show, Suits? If you haven't, I recommend you go watch it. But if you look at the way that Harvey and Mike carry themselves, you see that they walk around with unwavering confidence and just competency. And they get what they want because of that. They don't walk around like a bitch. They walk around like they own their shit. As a result, they get what they want. And it's the same when you're talking to your prospects. I can visually remember some of the times when I was cold calling and the times when I would be like, hey man, listen, here's the deal. You get called 1,000 times. I already know that shit. Okay, I know you're gonna say you're not interested, which is impossible because you don't even know what I have to offer, so you can't say you're not interested. So here's the deal: if I told you we've worked with 30 real estate agents, okay, and we helped them generate an extra 1 to 2 deals every single month, and you believe that we could do the same for you, would you at least be interested to hear a little bit more of how we could potentially do that for you? And you see, I just take control and ownership, and that would actually get me a lot of meetings. Granted, there's other openers and stuff that goes with that. But there, you get the point. So let's dive in here and go through this mirror board, okay, which for context, you will get access to all of this and even more at the end of this presentation. So step 0 is the objective, okay? I cannot say this enough. I can't stress this enough. Literally the most important thing, okay, like our biggest goal is simple. Reach out to the people we want to work with. Convince them to jump on a call with us or sell them the DMs if you're confident doing that, and then learn more about how we can help them and close them. Like fundamentally, our only goal in the beginning is we need to sign clients. Like that, if If you wake up and your calendar does not reflect that, you've already fucked up. Like your calendar should say get clients. And as a result, you should be doing CGAs, which is client generating activities, which is letting more people know about your thing. Okay. Also, to add on to this, our goal is to get clients. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter in what niche, it doesn't fucking matter how much they pay us. Because once again, the experience we gain from getting our first client is worth more than anything they could have ever paid us. And therefore, we have to optimize for just getting clients in the door. So remove every barrier possible. If somebody says, oh, but I don't want to call leads, fine, I'll call them. Okay? Like whatever the objection is, just say you'll do it so you can sign your first client. Because I promise you, going from 0 to 1 is the hardest. 1 to 2 is still hard, but easier than 0 to 1. And so the more clients you sign, the easier it gets. Okay? So we need you to optimize for flow. Step number real 1 is pick a problem. Okay? So now we're going to get into the more advanced stuff. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. I've made this so simple, so you can figure out if right now you don't have a business, you don't even know what the fuck to do. I'll make it even simpler for you to figure out what to do. Write down a list of skills and interests you have. Like literally right now, write it down on a piece of paper. You can do this later. You'll have access to all this. Write down a list of skills and interests that you have. Okay, what you're gonna do? So we're gonna write down a list just like this. Okay, things like piano, biking, coding, video editing, bodybuilding, reading books, etc. Here's what you're gonna do. Is you're gonna pick one. So for example, I like cycling the most. Little side notes. Okay, if you pick a skill, move on. If you picked a niche, pick what you will specifically do. For example, like cycling for me is a skill. It's a niche I like. Like I like cycling. Okay. And so therefore I need to write down what is associated with cycling. Okay. Well, there's bike shops. I can either become a bike shop or I can help one. Bike coaches, bike parts, people wanting to learn how to bike, people wanting to get better at biking, bike apparel, right? Like sell this, etc., etc., etc. And so I need to figure out of the niches I picked, what am I going to do? Now, granted, if you picked a skill like, oh, I'm really good at coding, then we're probably going to move on and just stick with the fact that you're really good at coding. Let's help other people get good at coding. Okay. Or let's help other coders get more coding people. Okay. Cool. Cool. So in this case, I wrote down, I want to help biking coaches. Okay. Beautiful. Then we want to do is write down what is the problem that it solves and the obstacles that helps people overcome. So for example, what do bike coaches struggle with? Well, they struggle with getting clients, managing time, making consistent income, being on leverage, etc., etc., etc. You write down whatever you can think of. You can even use ChatGPT to give you some really good answers. I made a really cool YouTube video talking about how you can use ChatGPT to build you amazing scripts. Okay. And then what you're gonna ask yourself is this question. You're gonna write this in quotations. I am going to help bike coaches consistently get new clients by leveraging their time. So I just combined some of these problems together, and now I've made an offer that resonates with the market because it's things that they actually struggled with and something that they're interested in solving because I've related to them. Okay. Then obviously the next question is, Stefan, well, how? I'll tell you this. This doesn't matter yet. We will figure this out later. Because let me ask you a question. I'll tell you something really cool. Most of you, this will fly overhead. Some of you, this will hit like a freight train. Okay. Business is literally solving problems. Like fundamentally, business is just solving problems all the time. That's all business is you just solving problems at every single moment of time. Is you just solve problems. So here's the thing. At any given moment, you will have problems you need to solve. And so you just get to ask yourself the question, what problem would I rather have? What problem would I rather deal with? For example, right now you have two problems, okay? You don't know what you're going to deliver, but you don't have any clients. So let me ask you this. There's two versions that pan out in the long run depending on what you choose. Would you rather be the guy that knows what his service is but has 0 clients, or the guy that has no clue what the fuck his service is, but he's signed 10 clients and he's now working with them to try and figure it out? Which one would you rather be? And based on your answer will dictate your actions moving forward. Because here's the thing. Both scenarios you have a problem. You just have to choose which problem you'd rather solve first, aka which one is more of a priority. And I don't know about you, but getting clients is more of a priority to me than figuring out what I'm going to do for them. Also, a side note, quick little disclaimer, if you sign 10 clients, you will have a fire under your ass, so you'll probably move faster and learn how to do this thing quicker anyways. And with 10 clients, you have 10 times the amount of data and feedback coming your way, and so you will learn 10 times as fast if you only had 1 client. Okay? Cool. So there's some things that most people forget, but is probably one of the most important things. And for example, if you picked a skill, so like, oh, I like video editing. It's like, cool. Who can help with video editing? Who do you like the most? Now, granted, the reason why I say who do you like the most is simply because business is hard enough as it is. You might as well pick somebody you like working with because it makes it a little bit easier. Granted, your first like most people's first client isn't even in the niche they chose. It's in like some referral that came their way or etc. Right? So like pick a niche, but like once again, this isn't the end all be all because in the beginning we just need to get experience. So whether you work with realtors, entrepreneurs, coaches, local business, e-com stores, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so just go find out somebody so you have some idea of who you're going to target. Because here's the thing, right? Um, you need to reach out to people. It's easy to have an idea of who you're going to reach out to. Okay, basic stuff. Most of you've heard this before, but like once again, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And I'm hoping that this can be the final drill in your head for you to make a bunch of money. Okay, our offer. What is our offer? Our offer is free because once again, experience over anything. And your offer is solving the problems we just listed down in the activity before and or anything else the person requests. So here's the thing. Our goal is to hop on a call to figure out what the person wants. Once we figure out what the person on the call wants, we just give them that and say, yes, we're going to do that for you. Okay, now granted, if it's like coding or some shit you can't do, don't do that. But the point is like, you just need to get a client. Like it doesn't, like here's the thing. People have made business seem too, like way too structured and organized. It has to be this way and you have to have this offer with this framework and this niche. And if it's not that, you can't take them on. No, that's fucking bullshit. In the beginning, you just need to get clients. You need to optimize for whatever you can to just get clients in the door. Okay, so your offer is free. Your offer is whatever the fucking person needs. I don't care. Just sign them. Okay? Just sign them. In the worst case scenario, it's free. After a week, you realize this isn't going to work. You tell them that and you part ways. They didn't pay you anything, so you have no obligation to keep working for them. Okay? Drink your water. Stay hydrated. It's good for you. Okay? Alrighty. Next step is you have to choose how to reach these people. So once again, let's do a quick little recap. Okay, once you understand the objective, once you've picked a problem, which is simultaneously picking a niche, once again, picking a problem is better than picking a niche because you pick something you're actually going to solve people. You've made an offer, which is just a free version of solving the things for those people. You now need to figure out how to reach out to these people. Because here's the thing, you have to be able to consistently and predictably get clients coming in your way. So here's a good rule of thumb. If the niche you picked, or the people you've decided to work with, is in person, call them. Okay, this isn't for everything, but a good rule of thumb is call them. If they're an online business, okay, for example, like online coaches, DM them. It's gonna be really hard to find their phone numbers and call them. Okay, now if you're DMing, here's how to make a good profile. Told you guys I give you all the sauce. So here's how you optimize a really good outreach profile. At one point, I had like, if you look at my name, you'll probably find like over 30 accounts that I use for outreach. I've done a lot of outreach. So here's the thing. Your profile picture should be a clean pic of your face. So you'll see that this profile right now, which is my current profile, isn't actually optimized, and I'll show you what an optimized version looks like after. So profile picture should be a clean pic of your face. Okay, super simple, kind of like my school profile picture. Okay, something very clean, simple, whatever. Your username is your name, no symbols or letters. Okay, you want to make it as clear and as easy as possible. Okay. Your display name is your name plus what you are / do. So once again, mine isn't up there. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Okay. Your bio is who you are, what you do, and a CTA or quote. So here's the thing. If right now you're a very beginner, you don't need to have the what you do. You could just have a nice quote. Okay. Highlights isn't the most important thing at all, but just have a few highlights where you share your life, work, testimonials if you have a lot of them. Okay, make it you want your profile to seem like you're another normal human being who does cool things. One of the reasons why I got such a good response rate back in the day before I even had a lot of followers is just because I had cool reels and cool stories that made it look like I was a cool person that did cool things, that I was someone of value. Okay, and then for posts, like you can just like post or anything that make you a person of value, and you have to have a minimum of 9. So that way, if someone clicks on your page, they will see 9 posts filled out, not like just 4. Okay, so if I were to optimize my profile, it would look something like this. Better picture, cleaner username, Stefan VDV / agency consultant. My bio would be skilled through agency 6 figures, helped 700 plus, 600 plus do the same. DM me scale to get my free 3-hour training. And then I also have a link to my school community, or you could have a link to whatever funnel you have. Okay, once again, very clean, very subtle. Like, like you just want to look like a person of value. You want to like come across as someone who is worth talking to. And this is something I can't stress enough. And if you watch Suits, you'll understand this. But like, you just want to come across as somebody who other people want to interact with. Like, it's as simple as that. In business, like you just want to come across as somebody who other people would want to do business with. And like whether you're DMing, whether you're sitting here like this, or whether you're on the phone, like right now, half you have your cameras off. But if someone were to jump on this call and pick one person to work with, who do you think they'd pick? Well, right now it's between three of us because I'll tell you this guaranteed, no one's gonna pick someone with no fucking face. So it's between three of us. And out of us three, who do you think they're most likely to pick? Safwan, you give me an answer.
Me, you.
Okay. Thanks for boosting my ego. But like I think you get the point. And it's because how you present yourself is a huge indicator on how somebody values you, essentially. Okay? And so being able to present yourself properly is really, really important. So physically like this on a call, okay, how you speak on the cold call, how your profile looks, etc. Right? Like you want to optimize this for just looking good. You want to make yourself look like a person of value. Like that's why good-looking people on average make it easier to sign clients. That's why people with charisma, it's easier for them to sign clients. Like if you think of your favorite YouTuber, do me a favor. Everybody type in the chat your favorite business YouTuber. Everybody, type in the chat your favorite business YouTuber. You can even do multiple if you want. Okay? Write down. Me. Appreciate it. Mosey, Charlie Morgan. Okay. Jordan Platten. Okay. You. Thank you. Let me ask you guys a question. Are any of these people we just listed overly ugly? I don't think so. Let me ask you this. Are these guys you've just listed charismatic? Boom. You pick up on some things, right? Not to say that you can't succeed if you're not charismatic. It just makes it a lot easier too because people are more likely to want to associate themselves with you. That's even why Tate, I would argue if Tate was ugly, he wouldn't have got the following he did. 1000% he wouldn't have. No one would have listened to him. It was because he was a person of value. Okay? I think Charlie's pretty charismatic, but we can agree on our differences. We can agree to disagree. The point is, you want to become a person of value. And this goes for DMs, this goes for calls, this goes for your voice, this goes for everything. You want to become someone that people want to do business with. And so right now you look in the mirror and you go, I don't think people want to do business with me. The coolest thing is your business is you can fix yourself. And that's probably one of the highest leverage things you can do inside the course, which I'll give you guys all free access to at the end of this. Okay, it's going to be inside the school. I have an entire training where I break down like this entire concept of confidence, competence, and these other sort of things that really, really impact. They're probably the biggest indicator of success is this confidence and this competence aspect, which nobody talks about. They talk about, oh, pick niche offer. They forget about like the one core aspect that makes that good. Because once again, it's not the script that makes the person good, right? The script doesn't make Kevin Hart funny. It's Kevin Hart that makes the script funny. So it's not the things around you. It's not your outreach channel. It's your script. It's not your niche. It's you. And that's why you have to become a better version. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. Once again, if you're calling, just download a free cold calling app. If you're like, oh, I don't want a free cold calling app, don't worry. I got you covered at the end of this. Okay. I promise you, you guys that are on here, we'll get some bonuses. That is going to be one of them. So that's how you pick your outreach channel and how you optimize it as well. Now, if you're cold calling, scripts will come later. But if you're cold calling, just understand you can't look cool, so you have to sound cool. You have to sound like a person of value. Okay? Which means that you have to practice to become good enough to not sound like an idiot. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to get leads. Okay? I'll show you some other ways to get leads, but here are the two easiest ways to get leads for free today. Okay? So I'm going to send you guys this mirror board. You can click on these two YouTube videos. It's the quickest way to get leads for free. Like thousands of them for free. Okay? There's other softwares as well, which I will share with you at the end of this mirror board as well. Okay? So you're going to get leads that way. You're going to copy these scripts. I've made 2 scripts, or I think 3 scripts for you. I've made a sales call script, I've made a DM script, and a cold call script. Now, once again, it's not the script that makes the person good, it's the person that makes the script good. And so you can change the script based on how you are and how you operate. But just understand that the biggest lever in making these scripts better is you becoming better with the scripts. You sounding better on the cold call. You sounding more confident. You optimizing your profile more. Okay? I'll give you guys access to these after. Use these trackers. I'm going to give you guys access to this as well. Okay? Show up to these calls every single Monday. Okay? Every single Monday, I have free calls, Q&A calls, where what I'll be doing is I'll be reviewing your guys' data, your guys' script, and your guys' questions and sales calls to give you feedback to help you send your first client in less than 14 days. Okay, now, and everybody that's on this call, I will be prioritizing your questions over anybody else. So show up to those. Okay. So on this call, right, share your data, and what we'll do is we'll fix the constraint. So you come to me, show me your data. What we'll do is we'll sit down together and decide, what is the problem? How can we fix this? Okay. Understanding that most of our problems come from within, not actually from external. Alrighty. Step whatever we're on is optimize your calendar like this. So I've actually made a calendar for you guys, which looks like this. Now, granted, I know some of you have school and other obligations, etc. Okay, so tweak this as need be. But the point is, you can see that most of our day is spent doing one thing, which is marketing and outreach. Can somebody tell me why most of our day is spent doing marketing and outreach? Which fundamentally is the same thing. Can anyone comment down below? Anybody? Let's see. Let's see who's learned something. Aha. Look at this. Okay. I'm glad. I'm not just speaking to a blank wall here. Amazing. So here's the thing, right? And like, once again, I don't give a fuck what kind of objection you have. Just send more outreach. Okay? Like, just go out there, let more people know you exist, and sign more clients. So whatever time you have in the day, it should be spent doing this. If you don't, if there's no other free time, don't do this bottom section. Okay? But I recommend if you do have free time, definitely do this, which is feedback and iterations. Right? This is getting feedback. Whether you make a post in the school community, right? Like, I respond to every single post in the school community. So whether you make a post in the school community, okay, or whether you go talk to one of your other mentors or coaches or friends that you have, or whether you just go talk to your clients or your prospects, right, and ask them for feedback, it doesn't matter. But you're gonna get feedback, and you're gonna iterate what you're doing. It's one of the most important things. Like, one of the things I was even thinking about the other day in the shower, I think the reason why Kobe's so good is not because he did so much. I think that's part of it. It's because he outworked everyone else, but it's because he outworked with intention. He didn't just show up to the gym to shoot the shots. He didn't just go like this. No. He practiced real in-game scenarios every single time. So I believe the reason that he got so good is because he did so much volume with so much precision and so much determination to become the best. Okay, so if you are not already trying to become the best that you could possibly be, right, by getting feedback, by iterating, and just by trying to improve, that's why you're failing. Just think back at any time in your life where you have perhaps picked up a new hobby and you've really enjoyed it and you got really good really fast. If I asked you why, you probably say, well, I put a lot of time into it and I really wanted to get better. And so therefore I watched I watched some videos, but more importantly, I tried to get better every time I played. The same goes for business. Okay, like, I even look back, I downloaded this app called GeoGuessr, and I went from averaging 10K, right? If you guys know GeoGuessr, you get it, what I'm saying, right? 10K per round to 18K per round in a week, which is that's almost double, right? That's a pretty big change in GeoGuessr, right? And it just came because I put in a lot of time, I played a lot, but I also just actively tried to get better. Like, I was always trying to get better, learning the new metas, right? Learning the Google car metas, learning different climates, right? Learning how to line up the sun, right? Learning different phone poles and different license plates, et cetera, to the point where I could just become better. I didn't just play because there's a lot of people who play, who show up all the time. Heck, there's probably people that have put in more hours than Kobe, but are still nowhere near as good because they didn't do it with the precision and the intention that he did. Okay, so that's one of the most important things you do. Don't just send your outreach to send your outreach. Send it to become better. Okay, and you have a whole new approach for it. Alrighty? So that's how you should optimize your calendar. And then here's the cool part. There's nothing else you need to do. You just need to start moving. And if you're cold calling, you need to pick up the phone and start dialing. Okay? As the Wolf of Wall Street, the man, the myth, the legend said it best. Okay? And once again, do not forget to iterate and get feedback. And then once you do this, you will cash in and make cool money. Okay? Now, I am not done. So do not worry. And once again, you'll be getting access to all of this and even more. But I still have some more stuff to share with you. Okay? So let me go back here. Is this all making sense so far? Can I get a thumbs up if this is making sense and if you've learned something? Like an IRL thumbs up. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, good. And for context, we will do Q&A at the end. So any questions you have, just write them down till the end. I'll answer all questions as well. Make sure you stay hydrated as well. All right, so we just went through the mirror board. So let me ask you guys this. Would you agree that learning how to get people to say yes to any of your ideas could change your life? Would you agree? Okay. And that learning how to sign your first client can be the bridge into your new life. Awesome. Here's what I know. Even if we had a full day together instead of a short 60 minutes, it'd be impossible for me to teach you everything that I know about getting your first client because there's a lot, okay? And no matter how good anyone is, one 60-minute presentation will not change your life as much as I wish it could. You need more than that. And while everything I shared today is valuable, it's only the tip of the iceberg, and it's only the beginning of everything else that you need to know, okay? And if you like what I've shared so far, you'll love what I have next. Before this call, I'll face with two options. Option number one is after this call, part ways and hope that you on your own will figure it all out. Option number two is I can take an active role and responsibility for your success and create a win-win situation. I chose the latter. So everything I know of just scaling 3 agencies, 6 figures, helping 670 agents sign the first client, helping 20 of them cross 20K, 4 years of entrepreneurship, and 5 other failed businesses is with massive excitement that I introduced to you the first client acquisition accelerator. This is an old picture. There's actually more. Let me go to the next slide. With this accelerator, I combine everything I know about signing agency clients faster than Usain Bolt can run 100 meters, which for context is pretty freaking fast. So here's what you're going to get. Buckle in. Seriously. If you're someone that doesn't know where to start or what model to run, or you've been overwhelmed with all the information out there, or you don't know what niche to even pick, or your offer just doesn't resonate with the market and nobody can say yes to what you have, or you can't find your ideal prospects, or you waste time and can't be productive enough to even do the work in the first place, or you struggle to build trust with prospects, have no idea how to write a high converting script, or just can't convince anyone to book a call with you, or maybe you're just sick of having no clue what to do, or just need some motivation and accountability, or heck, maybe you know all of that, everything I just listed, but you still can't sign a client or even scale to where you want to be, then pay attention because this is for you. The first client acquisition accelerator. Here's what you get. Okay, you're gonna get all of you are gonna get lifetime access to agency law fundamentals, copy and paste blue ocean niche selection, first client offer stack, outreach channel selection mechanism, done for you, proven plug and play first client scripts, persuasion 101, 10K productivity calendar, automated data trackers, weekly private coaching calls from me, and more. And as you can see, some of these are worth a couple of dollars. Okay, so the total value of everything I've just listed is $5,668. The systems, scripts, frameworks, blueprints inside this first client acquisition accelerator took me 4 years to build and have been proven by myself and 617 others. So if I were to price this for what it's truly worth, I would have no issue asking you to invest $10,000. And before I tell you the price, let me ask you one question. How much is being able to sign your first client and having a gateway to a 10K agency so you can live the life you dreamed of actually worth to you? 1K? 10K? A million? I guess it depends on how big your goals are and how much you have in your current situation. Okay? Whatever the number is, whatever that number is that would change your life, remember that number for a second. And if you knew that 1000% it would happen, okay? Wouldn't it be at least worth that much? Okay? And after using the system, Yegi went from struggling to 0 to 12K in 13 days. And here's the proof, which nobody else can really do. Okay? Matt went from having no clue what niche to pick to 1.8K in 2 days. There's the proof. Max went from not knowing how to book any appointments to booking 6 appointments in the first 24 hours. Yo, Stefan, I took your advice aside to book every fucking buddy. Got 6 meetings since our chat. Okay? And Jacob went from not even having a business to 5.5K to start the week. Pretty freaking cool. For all of them, it would have been worth it at any price. And that's why the first client acquisition accelerator is a bargain at $5,668. But consider this. If all this did was give you enough guidance to only sign one client and have a real business like it did for me to allow you to finally prove your friends and family wrong and get closer to where you want to be and live out your childhood dreams of having freedom, wouldn't it be worth it? I think so too. So, which is why it's an even bigger bargain at not $5,668, but $1,997. I mean, if you sign 2 clients for 1K each, it can pay for itself in days, maybe weeks if you're a little slow. And the best part, you only invest once, but you get to keep the system and training and skills for the rest of your life, keep them making money infinitely. If I invested $1,000 in S&P 500 10 years ago, today I would have $1,367. Or no, my bad, $2,367. Not a lot of money. But since I chose to invest in the S&P 500, which is skills, I turned $1,000 into what I have now. Freedom, peace, purpose, drive, excessive money in my bank account, no stress, and in short, a lot more fucking money than $2,000. So what would you rather have? $1,997 or your dream? Which one would you rather have? Tough question. Okay. I think we both chose the same answer. Our dream. At least my dream is worth more than $1,997, which is why this might have to be the best offer I've ever made at not $5,668, not $1,997, but $499 one single time. But because I want all of you to be able to experience what I've experienced and live your dream the same way that I do now, and I want this to be affordable but still an investment, I won't ask for $5,668, although I probably should do that so I can make a bit more money. Okay, I won't even ask for $1,997. Heck, I won't even ask you for $499. I'm gonna give you access to everything we talked about today for not $5,668, for not $1,997, but free. Yes, a single payment of free. Everything here I will be giving you guys access to basically right now. Okay, the first client scripts we just talked about, the data trackers, okay, the mural boards, the lucid charts, the courses, everything else I'm gonna give you guys access to for free. Okay, so bear with me, it's not all in school yet. I'm still transferring it over there. But yes, all the stuff is gonna be free. So what I'll do now, I will give you guys. Let's see, can I give you guys access right now? Let's see if I can give you guys access right now. Granted, it's not all in there yet. I apologize. there's still a couple things that need to be moved in there. Okay, there's still, for context, there's still a couple more valuable things I want to add in there. This is a very last minute thing that I was doing, these last few bonuses, and so they're going to be a little bit late. Okay, but that's because I'm trying to work on them to make them perfect. Let me do this. What if I even do this? Private. Okay. I believe if you go check the classroom, can you guys see this? I'll even share my screen. Show you guys what you should see. Okay, if you go to the classroom, yours might look a little different than mine, but at the bottom you should see this. Okay, and inside here you have to start here. Okay, which is a really important Loom to watch. You have the webinar recording, which I will upload later. Okay, the mirror board, which you get access to, the $100 million sales script, okay, that I've made, the cold call and cold DM scripts, plus some objection handling stuff. There's also a bunch of free softwares and stuff. For example, if, some of you remember, oh, but Stefan, I don't know how to cold call. There is 2 free cold calling softwares inside of this free software tool sheet that you can use. Some of you may have access to the older version of this. I've updated it with a newer version, so there's a lot of other new stuff in here as well. And then also coming soon will be a couple other bonuses. Once again, I'm still working on them, so I apologize. I can't share with you, everything now, but it'll be worth it. So they will be up there very shortly once I'm back from golfing with my buddies. Okay, so that is everything there. And then once again, like check in. I'll make an update, but check in throughout the next week. There's going to be a couple other bonuses in there. Some being some productivity routines, some being some other self-development stuff, and then a few other little micro plug and play things you can use as well to sign your first client. I hope you enjoyed. So let me ask a question. Was that worth your time? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I only have one request then. Can we get some more cameras turned on? I see 2 people. I can only look at 2 people, bro. Let's get some cameras turned on. I don't give a fuck where you are, what you're doing. If you're in the bathroom jerking off, put it away for a minute. Okay. Let's go. This is good. This is what I like to see. Okay, we're getting there. Couple more people. Arian, Hamid, Joseph, Theo, Bosco. This is good. Anyways. Yes. Let's do a Q&A. Let's do it this way. Just type your question in the chat, and then I'll just go rapid fire and answer the questions in the chat based on how they come in. I guess. Will this be a live challenge? No clue what that means, so I don't know. Are you the next Messiah? Just like Hermosi. I try my best to be somewhat as good as him, okay? I try my best to be a fraction of what Hermosi is. As you can tell by the fact that I'm trying to grow a beard and I'm trying to get bigger arms. I try my best is the answer. Anybody else have anything else? Or did I just cover everything to the point where, how can we convince clients to get results when we are not sure we can't? Amazing question. So here's the thing. This is where confidence plays a role, but not how you think. You don't need to be confident in your service because that's impossible because you've never done it. You just need to be confident in yourself to figure it out. And that's where, once again, it goes back to you as a person, right? Like, you need to have confidence in yourself to figure it out. When shit hits the fan, that you can make it happen. You don't need to know how to do everything. You just need to have confidence like you do. So that's it. Like, you don't need to know how to do it. You should have confidence in yourself to figure it out. And here's the thing, is if you can convince yourself that you're going to figure it out without knowing how to do it, you could easily convince somebody else. And that just comes with conviction, which is just how you speak, right? Like, if I say to you, right, hey Hamid, yeah, I'm gonna run some ads for you, and yeah, it's gonna be on Facebook, and it's gonna make you money. Like, no one's gonna buy. If I'm like, listen, man, listen up, here's how it goes. So basically, what we do is we run these ads on Facebook, right? And they're granted boring stuff. We do a 3-step process. We do this, we do this, we do this. Now, what happens? We qualify leads this way. We bring them through here. Granted, I know you heard this spiel 1,000 times before. And to be honest, what I have is no different than everyone else, except for the fact that I promise you that I'll be the hardest working motherfucker you'll ever meet. And so therefore, I can guarantee you I'll get you results, because getting you results means more to me than it does to you, because my future business success relies on this. Who are you going to trust more? Once again, I didn't say anything fancy. I literally just said we run ads on Facebook with a 3-step process. I'm sure you've heard this bullshit before. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a student heard before I just move on, right? Like, you don't like. Here's the thing, is you like. I know this sounds so cliche, but you just need to walk in like you own that shit, and just own it. Okay. Great question though. Great question. And also, part of this is being honest, which is like, hey man, listen up. Here's the deal. Like, you could even be partly honest. I've actually never done this before. You could even be honest about this. Except, here's my history of things that I've tried, and then how fast I've learned them, and everything else that's associated with it. So, like, for example, if you go out to someone and say, hey man, I'm an idiot. I don't know what to do, but can you please be my first client? Please? Like, they're gonna say no. But if you're like, listen man, here's the deal. I've never done this thing before, but I'm in a group with 600 plus individuals where there's this guy who claims that he's cool and done this before, who teaches me this stuff every single day. And so here's the gist. I may not know exactly how to do it now, but I can guarantee you, the second you say yes, I'm going to dedicate my life to figuring out how to make sure you get good results, because getting you results means more to me than it does to you, because same spiel again. Right? So just this confidence. It's how you present yourself. Because once in the beginning, what you're selling is yourself. Here's the thing. Fundamentally, myself, and everyone else on this call can do the same service you're offering them. So the only reason why they pick you is because of their sold on you. Okay? So yeah. I Facebook DM for outreach, and even saying 300 days is awful. I mean, I have to scroll down every time searching for members. Whippity doo. Welcome to business. Like, I wish I could give you some cool answer, but it's like, dude, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And just know this: the harder it is for you, the harder it is for every single other person. For context, I have a YouTube video coming out, which is 41 quotes, 41 of my favorite tweets from Alex Hormozi, which actually talks a lot about this kind of stuff, like business being hard, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to be amazing. So check out my main channel for that. It's going to come over the next week. It's phenomenal. Okay. But like, yeah, dude, that's just business. If it was like, If it was so easy, everybody would do it. And if everybody was doing it, you wouldn't want to do it. For example, everybody works a 9 to 5. It's easy to do that. So why don't you do it? Well, there's no value in doing that. I wonder why. Okay, so just remind yourself that if it's hard, that means you're on the right path. Okay. Newman, how to be the person you said in the call who is value and confident. It's something like you'll see it in the course. I made a video about this in the course that you'll get access to in the school, right? You don't just snap your fingers and become that. It's something you have to ingrain and train yourself to be in all aspects of life, right? Like, do you hold promises when it comes to your diet? Do you hold promises when it comes to the gym? Like, it's your business is quite literally a direct reflection of yourself. And so the way you live your normal life is how your business will represent itself. And so if you are super disciplined, okay, and you are anal about your diet, and you are respectful to others, okay, and you're jacked as fuck, you're probably gonna have no problem being confident, right? But that's because you put in the undeniable amount of work. And that's the same way that this works. And a lot of people, they try and shortcut success. They try and make the money without becoming the person first. I'll tell you something cool. You'll see this in the course. I have an entire training on this, but you have to become the person before you make the money. Which means you have to go through the trials and tribulations and sacrifices before you can become the person that's able to make money. You hear the stories all the time. Oh, hi, I went from 0 to 20K in 1 month. What they forget to tell you is the 4 years they spent learning from a mentor for free, okay, making no money for 4 years to learn the skills to then go from 0 to 20K in a month after the 4 years. Everyone just shows you the tip of the iceberg. No one shows you what's below. Okay, and here's a cool quote. Everybody wants the prize, but nobody wants to pay the price. Everybody wants the good without the bad. Not realistic. It takes time for you to learn this. Okay, once again, it's in the course that will answer your entire question there. Step 1. Should you spend more time doing cold DMs, cold calls, or making free content? Cold DMs. Because that is more actively letting more people know about your stuff. Like, I'd argue they're both important. In the beginning, I'd like to increase my chances of getting a client, and therefore I know that if I make a phone call, I'm guaranteed to reach somebody. Right? Granted, like if they pick up, right? Whereas if I make content, there's no guarantee that it goes out to anybody. Right? And so therefore in the beginning, I optimize more of my time for things that provide me more of a return. Content is amazing and it's really important, but like in the beginning, it's very hard to sell somebody something with free content because the best content, and Hermosi talks about this all the time, you would be better off doing something for a decade and then making 6 months of content on it than making content for a decade with 6 months of experience, other thing you're talking about. And the point is that like when you're making content, you should be talking from experience. And the more experience you have, the better your content will be, which is why Hermosi's content is so good for context, right? And so it's almost impossible to make good content about something that we've never ever done before, which is why we need to get the proof of the experience first. Okay. Israel. I and a couple of friends just started an agency where we develop mobile apps and develop websites for business. We offer a free consultation. Now we're having problems signing our first client. We sent over 5,000 emails so far and yet no response. What do you suggest? What should we try cold calling? Your outreach channel is not the problem. Your niche isn't the problem. Your offer isn't the problem, or maybe your offer is the problem. Here's like the right off the get-go, I don't know everything about you, so I can't conclusively say. But the odds are that your problem is that your offer isn't resonating and people don't believe what you have to say. So either your offer they don't want or they don't believe what you say to be true. It's one of those two things. So I don't really know how websites and apps help businesses, and so I can't really speak on this. But like if that isn't valuable, like if the people you're talking to don't value that, it's not going to be good. I'll tell you like some cool sauce Hermosi spilled on the calls on with him on the other day, which is that if you want to make more money, just sell stuff people already buy. And he goes on to explain how if you want to have no churn, just sell things people already don't cancel. So like, just make it easier for yourself, right? And so in this case, it's like you want to sell things people are already buying. Are people buying apps and websites and stuff? I don't know, maybe. But if you want to make it easier, just sell the thing that they already want. And maybe that is that, right? But you just have to get better at positioning your offer something that will benefit them and then making them believe that what you have is actually going to work for them. I suggest if I were you is I would go talk to all these 5,000 businesses you talk to, ask feedback on what they actually want, right? I'd ask feedback on what they do want, why they didn't want your thing, and then just make an idea, not a product, make an idea based on what they want and then go sell it to people. Okay? Sell people what they want. Okay, ham and the garlic. If you guys haven't listened, if you guys haven't watched my 30-minute rant in the car on my main channel, right, where I talk about this concept of ham and the garlic, which I'll tell you the story really quickly. Long story short, there's a boy, he has a dog. And the boy always wants to impress his father and make him look really cool. Okay. Once the dad goes away for work and the dog starts to get fleas, he's at his grandma's house. He's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! If my dad sees this, he's gonna kill me. And so he goes up to grandma, and grandma's like, oh my god, like what do I do? And the grandma's like, you have to give him garlic. Garlic makes the fleas go away. Okay, cool. So the dog goes and gives him garlic. I mean, the kid goes and gives the dog garlic. The dog doesn't eat it. And he goes back to grandma and says, grandma, the dog won't eat it. And she said, well, did you just try and give him the garlic? He was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, no, 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 no. The dog doesn't actually like garlic. So what you have to do is you have to give it with something he actually likes. Therefore, you disguise it, right? And make him think that it's the thing he wants. And so what he does, the boy goes and grabs ham. He wraps the ham around the garlic and he gives the dog the ham. Well, the dog loves the ham, so he, bites the ham and simultaneously eats the garlic. And that's how marketing works. Here's the thing: is from your perspective, from your context, you know the client needs the garlic. But the client isn't in your perspective. They don't know they need the garlic yet. If they knew they needed the garlic, they would have already bought the garlic and ate the garlic if they knew it was that important. The same with the dog. The dog doesn't know the garlic makes the fleas go away, but he does know he likes ham. Okay? And so what you have to do is you have to give the client the ham. Okay? You have to sell them the ham and then give them the garlic. Now, don't scam them and just sell them ham and give them garlic. Give them both. But the point is that you have to give them what they want. Because here's the thing, from their perspective, if they already knew they needed garlic, they would have already bought the garlic. The reason why they haven't bought the garlic is they don't know they need it. And, they don't want it. Okay? Because it doesn't sound appealing to them. And so you have to do is you have to sell them on the thing that they already want to buy. What do they want to buy? And you sell them that. And then accompanied with that is your actual service, which solves the problem that they then will figure out they have. So that's the ham and the garlic. Ibrahim, I appreciate your motivation here. It's making me feel good. So yeah, there's the ham and the garlic story. If you want me to go more in detail, once again, check out that YouTube video. Okay. Bro, should we look professional on our first call? We close them emotionally, like telling your story and selling like I'll be going to school again if I don't work with you type of thing. That makes it seem like you're begging for them to be your client. You never want to sound like that. Okay? Like, man, I would go to school if you don't close. That sounds like when your girlfriend's breaking up with you, you're like, you can't break up with me. I'll kill myself if you break up with me. Like, that's what you sound like. And I promise you, those are fucking dweebs that say that shit. Okay? Because we don't have any cases in the beginning of the sales call. So, like, you don't need to look professional. Like, you don't need to hop on the call with a suit. You don't want to look like an idiot. You just want to look respectable. Okay? So, like, right now I'm wearing a hoodie, but I like to think that I look somewhat okay, right? You can even wear a collared shirt like Ibrahim, I don't say your name right, is wearing, right? But just like whatever. Like, you just want to look respectable and presentable. Okay? And so you don't need to look professional. You just need to look solid. Okay? And like sell your story, yeah. To answer that, you want to sell your story, right? It's very important to sell your story because once again, in the beginning, the biggest thing you have going for your business is you, because fundamentally there's so many other kids who sell the same thing as you that the biggest thing that separates you is not your service or what you sell, it's who you are. And once again, your business is just you. And so the better you can sell yourself, the more clients you can get, because once again, business is a person-to-person interaction. It's a human-to-human interaction. It's one human doing business with another human. Forget business, human to human. And so you want to connect on a human-to-human level. And if you can do that, you'll get way more people buying because they get bought into the idea of you. It's why, like, if you think of realtors even, right? Like, why does this realtor make more than that realtor when they do the same thing? Like, realtors all do the same thing. Like, they literally, under like certain laws, they can only do the same things, right? They can't do different things, right? And so what makes one realtor better than the other is who they are as a human being. Okay, very important to understand that. Israel, we offer the mobile development for real cheap, $800. That's not cheap if people don't believe it's going to make them money. I would offer it for free. Like, once again, cheap is relative. Like, maybe other people are doing $2,000, but like, I'll tell you this, if I pay $800 and I don't believe I'm going to make $800 back, that's not cheap. Heck, it could be $7. But if I don't believe that I'm going to make $7 back, like, yes, $7 is nothing to me, but like, then again, it's like, if they don't think they're going to make money from it, why would they spend on it in the first place? Okay. How to get big clients with big following, 10K to 100K, because I don't have much authority over them. Any tips? Be yourself and be confident, which not a lot of other people are. Like, for context, my first ever real estate client had 250,000 followers on Instagram. And then later down the line, I ended up closing matter of fact, if you guys check out the scripts, in the scripts, I show you the exact follow-up sequence I used on a guy who's made multiple 8 figures online, who has over 350,000 Instagram followers. And you'll see I took screenshots of every single follow-up I did for 6 months straight, and then he finally texted me, hey man, let's work. And I closed him as a client. And he had 350,000 followers. He said he got pitched multiple times per day. So why did he pick me? Well, you can see. I'll show you the screenshots. Okay. How to sell story then. So like how to sell your story is a great question. How to sell your story. You just have to get somebody bought into your idea. Like it's hard. It's a really good question, and it's hard to give a concrete answer. But it's like you have to sell somebody on the way you sold yourself. So like the way you've convinced yourself to do what you're doing now is how you have to sell somebody else in your vision. So you have to sell them on the way you sold yourself. What if I don't have an appealing story? Everybody has an appealing story. That's just a limiting belief that you don't have an appealing story. Everybody does. Theo, you're in the inner circle on the call Monday, right? One-on-one calls. Jump on that, and I will literally make your story for you. Okay? You just come on the call. You tell me a bit about your life, and I'll make your story for you. And trust me, it'll sound good. Hamid, how do we get the prospects whom we have provided free value to pay us? Simple, straightforward, asking for money for services or promise them something big in the same and Green Garden and eventually take them to the journey, yada, yada, yada. So you just like the best way is you give them value until they say, hey man, I love what you do. Like, how can we work together? Like, that's the best way. That's the most ideal way is you just keep giving until they turn around and say, hey man, how can we work together? Or you just keep giving value and say, hey man, if you want me to do this, it's going to end in under a minute. Okay. But you'd say, hey man, if you want me to do this, for you, but just more often, more frequently, or better, then let's chat. Okay? This call is about to end, so I'm going to answer as many questions as I can until we go. I appreciate you guys for being here. Post this on your Instagram. Share this with everybody. And check out the school and DM me if you have any questions. Okay? Yes, be a human. Don't push hard for close. Yes, just being human instead of a robot has some results. How can I leverage them? You just share your results with people. Right? The same way I did in this webinar. Just share the results as often as you can. Okay? Like all the time. But yeah, okay. So this call's gonna end. So let's wrap it up. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope that you got some value. For those of you who missed it or who are a little late, go watch the recording. It was incredible. It's phenomenal. And go check out the school. It's where you'll find the recording in the classroom section and all the other assets. I promise I'll give you guys scripts. Hope this guy.